broke don't fix. Hey, one of these days we'll all get by. Don't be afraid, don't fall. Think I lost my mind. Reality so hard to find. When the devil trying to call your line, but shit, I always shine. Even when the light dim. No, I ain't God, but I'm feeling just like him. Oh, don't trip.
South Africa, and a very, very welcome to you. Welcome to a brand new week. Welcome to Afternoon Express. My name is Jeannie D.
Absolutely, South Africa. Happy Monday, Jeannie. My name is Falisa Tembe, and I'm ready to rock and roll.
So if you were at the Summit this weekend, you would know how amazing this entire event was. A true testament to African luxury and prestige. From the fashion to the actual racing, and of course, all of your favorite guests. What a great weekend. You always know when it was a good weekend when I come to work on a Monday with my voice screamed out.
Absolutely, and that red carpet girl was popping at such an incredible time, and of course you looked amazing.
Oh, thank you, and of course One World winning the main race. What a great horse.
But focusing on today,
sounding so hoarse.
Focusing on today we'll be chatting to some inspiring guests such as author Earl Mentor and the woman with an angelic voice, Ashley Oneal Stapelfeldt.
So we also meet Shireen Onia, who is a customer service expert and a business owner, for some really helpful advice on running your own business. Super helpful interview that would be.
It being a Money Monday. Now, a perfect way to ease into a busy week is to witness a genuine and heartfelt talent. Here to perform a rendition of Westside Story, Jeannie's favorite, I Feel Pretty. This is Ashley Oneal Stapelfeldt. Take it away.
Pretty and witty and wise.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and bright, and I pity any girl who isn't me tonight. I feel charming, oh so charming. It's alarming how charming I feel, and so pretty that I hardly can believe I'm real. See the pretty girl in that mirror there. Who can that attractive girl be? Such a pretty face, such a pretty dress, such a pretty smile, such a pretty me. I feel stunning, oh so stunning. Feel like running and dancing for joy. For I'm loved by a pretty, wonderful boy. I feel pretty, oh so pretty, that the city should give me its key. A committee should be organized to honor me. I feel sunny, I feel dizzy, I feel fizzy and funny and fine, and so pretty. Miss South Africa should just resign. See the pretty girl in that mirror there. Who could that attractive girl be? Such a pretty face, such a pretty dress, such a pretty smile, such a pretty me. I feel stunning, oh so stunning. Feel like running and dancing for joy. For I'm loved by a pretty, wonderful boy.
Oh, so pretty. Someone who is also looking absolutely drop-dead gorgeous on her first day of work. What a way to show out and show off. This is Dumi. Or, of course, chew me. If you prefer, first day on the job, how are you feeling?
Well, firstly, I feel pretty, but I feel very excited. I'm happy to be home, finally.
Yes.
So I look forward to this.
I'm so looking forward to having you in the kitchen because you have definitely started off the year with a bang, having an incredible recipe up your sleeve. So what are you going to be cooking up on your first day?
Today, we have these beautiful fish tacos. It's still early in the year, so everyone is still feeling healthy. So something light to get us into the mood. Fish tacos with some slow floor, pineapple, some beautiful flavors actually to go, actually made with our butter oil. So yeah, let's look forward to that.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. It's cost effective, it's absolutely delicious and something to enjoy for the entire family. If you would like to try this recipe at home, all you need to do is SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. But don't worry, we'll give you all the details on how to whip this up a little later on in the show. But for now, over to Jeannie and the pretty lady.
Ashley Oneal Stapelfeldt has a voice that quite literally descended from the corridors of heaven. She joins us now to chat about her amazing gift. Please do connect with us online. If you've got any questions for Ashley, tweet us at Afternoon Chat using the official hashtag Afternoon Express. Visit on our Facebook page, go visit our Instagram, but please do enjoy this talented dish. How are you,
Hi,
lovely?
Jeannie. I'm good. How are you?
If I can just tell you, Westside Story, and that song is one of my favourite
love
show
that.
tunes
I
of
love
all
that.
song, of all time, and it just does so much for female empowerment. Because if you think of the words, like just making women feel pretty, I absolutely love that song.
I love it too. That's one of my favourite songs to sing in. Like all of my repertoire, I love. I feel pretty. It just does something for you. You know, you step into it and
you
it's
just
like
feel
I feel
pretty after you
Yes.
hear the
Yes.
words. And you certainly are incredibly pretty, but
Thank
so
you.
talented as well. One thing about opera is it's not like any other kind of art or music. Well, I suppose it is, but if you've just got to have it. You've got it or you don't, because it is so difficult. Well, at least it looks difficult. How did you choose opera as your preferred genre?
Well, it's funny that you say you either have it or you don't, because I didn't start with singing opera.
Oh, really?
I was at UKZN before I came to UCT,
Yeah.
and I wasn't doing opera, I was doing music and drama. And I went to a lunch hour concert with the KZN Philharmonic Orchestra was playing, and there were these girls on stage. I still remember they had these beautiful white dresses on, and the conductor was just conducting.
Amazing.
And I looked at them and I was like, I want to sound like that. I really want to sound like that. And so I told my music teacher at the time, and so she helped me prepare for an audition. I sang 2 pieces.
Wow.
I'd never sung in Italian before. I didn't know a word of Italian, and so it was a big adjustment.
Yeah.
But I got into the program, and then I did a transfer to UCT.
One thing, opera is really big in South Africa. Like, I didn't realise it was as big as what it was. But obviously, Italian opera is where it's at. Yes. And I've interviewed a lot of opera singers, and Italian opera is huge. Do you have to learn to speak Italian?
Yes. Part of my degree is that we have to do a module in Italian. So you do Italian A and Italian B.
So parli italiano?
My Italian teacher's watching this.
Parli piano.
See, it's so funny because sometimes I will see my French lecturer. You know, you spend like 2 years doing a course, and then sometimes you see your French lecturer, and it's like, oh my gosh, okay, I need to remember what to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did French, Italian, and a bit of German as well.
If I can give you any advice, especially with any of the Latin languages, it's always so much easier to learn them just conversationally. Yes. So I don't know if you're single, but I would recommend finding yourself a really, really good-looking Italian boyfriend. And just speak to him day in and day out, and there's your lessons. Yeah. It'll be an absolute pleasure.
I think it's like that with most languages. It's practicing and speaking it and listening to it as well. Because I've learned a lot of, I think you learn, as opera students, we learn a lot of Italian through the music that we sing, because you've got to sit with the music and you've got to do a word by word translation, and it's like, and I think that once you've learned those words, they sort of stick with you forever.
They
and you're
do.
like, oh, okay, I remember that.
It always sounds so passionate when it's in Italian. So there you go. There's a
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So now, music and opera, and especially music, is quite literally in your blood. Is it true that your father was a smooth operator?
He was. My dad was in an a cappella group when he was in high school, and my mum was in the choir when she was in high school. So I think that's maybe where I got it from.
Yeah.
Those are my parents. Yes, they're on the screen.
They must be so tremendously proud of you.
Hi, Mum
but I
and
mean,
Dad.
do you sing, like, what do your family lunches look like? Everybody singing around the table or in the kitchen?
It's more when we go on like road trips and when we're driving. Like there's always going to be Lionel Richie, and there's who else do we listen to? Anita Baker, always in the car. And my mom and I always have to beg my dad. We're like, please harmonize this, please sing. And he acts shy, but he loves doing
I'm sure.
it. So yeah.
I always appreciate, work that comes from the voice, because obviously I work with my voice.
Yeah.
And I know how difficult it is to work with your voice, because one day you can have it, the next day you can't. It's a very temperamental little instrument, this thing. So how do you look after after yours and nurture it and prepare it for sometimes some of those big chords that you've got to bust out?
I think that the most important thing to remember is that when you sing, your entire body is working, and that's something that I think people don't realize.
Yeah.
Like your entire body has to be there, and everything has to be sort of in harmony.
Yeah.
And I think that sometimes, you know, you see people step on stage and they go a bit off or something happens, it happens.
Yeah.
So for me, it's sort of always trying to just, before I warm up, I make sure that before I warm up my voice, I make sure that my body's warm. Do a few stretches, things like that. And
but it's all breathing, isn't it?
it is breathing, but so this is the thing that I realized. I didn't know that I can breathe the way that I can. I learned that last year.
Saxophone, girl. I'm pretty sure you're the best breather in the world.
That's why I started playing saxophone, because I wanted to sort of help my diaphragm and help my breathing. But I also think that a large part of it comes from being aware that your body can do certain things.
So tell me how to breathe properly.
How to breathe properly. Okay, firstly, a lot of people make the mistake that they say breathe in. It's not like that. It has to be here. Yes, it has to be here. And think of it, I usually think of it like breathing into the back of your spine. It's not like, it's not this way, it's all around. So feel it everywhere and just...
Yeah, central diaphragmatic, so it's got to be here.
Yes.
But it's harder than it sounds.
But I think it's also muscle memory.
Yeah.
Because I think that your muscles also grow as you get older, so yeah.
I can't wait to watch you do a show when you're busting out on the saxophone and then into opera and then you kind of create the music. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me. I really
You
appreciate it.
are such a joy with such a beautiful, beautiful voice.
Thank you.
What an incredible talent. Now, we've asked you online if you've got any questions for Ashley, and we've got Tayelo BT, who has asked, I can sing contralto. Can she sing a higher note for us, please?
Me?
Uh-huh.
Ooh.
So you're a soprano.
I am a soprano.
What is higher than soprano?
My soprano friends are watching me on TV and they're like, no, I don't. My teacher's probably, no, I don't
What's
think
the highest?
it's a coloratura.
And can you do a coloratura?
I think coloratura is actually more a way of singing than a sort of a voice part, because you get your bass, you get your baritone, your tenor, and your soprano. So what was the question? Would you like me to sing it now?
She definitely wants you to sing higher.
Sure, did you see the window go?
I think that was okay.
I love that. We definitely saw a crack in our windows over there. Why don't you link us to ad break, but with a little note, a little song?
Oh.
So we'll be back right after the break.
Hi, everyone. We'll be back after the break.
Clover fresh milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express, where we're about to throw down with Chef Chumi. Now, if you're looking for a light and easy summer meal to sizzle up, then when I say Dumi, you say tacos. Dumi! Tacos! Dumi! Tacos! Never, yes! Now, new resident chef shares her Clover Butro fried fish tacos, and we guarantee that they'll keep you coming back for more. Now, to get this recipe, simply SMS the word Clover to 33650. But do remember, SMSs are charged at R1.50, and free SMSs do not apply. Home girl, that sounds like it is a brand locked and loaded. Dumi's tacos. It sounds absolutely incredible and delicious, more importantly. But how do you get started with this recipe?
So to begin with our recipe, we're going to start obviously with getting the oil inside our pot to make sure that it's hot enough for the tofu once we add the actual fish into the oil. So what we then do afterwards is we add all our dry ingredients, which consists of paprika, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, as well as our salt and pepper for seasoning.
Absolutely delicious. So this basically ensures that the batter is as flavorful as the fish pieces inside.
Of course, yes, because this is probably one of the only times that you can add seasoning while it's still raw. And then you can obviously add the seasoning afterwards as well.
Okay.
So what then happens here is we're going to mix everything up together, our spices and our flour. That's all the dry ingredients. We then add the wet ingredients, try and make a well in the center just so that it's easier.
Okay.
That's our eggs, and then we add some milk as well into the batter.
Delicious. All in that well with that flour surrounding it and supporting it. And then you just kind of mesh and put all of it together.
So I like to whisk it while I'm adding the milk so that it easily incorporates together. You don't have those lumps. And then basically whisk it all together as best as you can to try and get all those lumps out of the batter.
Beautiful. I can see that colour slowly coming through in the batter as well.
So then that's basically all the flavors coming together, all the spices you added there.
Nice.
Okay, then what we're going to do now is already
mixed
together. Thank you very much. We add the fish. Perfect. You seem like you've done this before, hey?
I have, girl. I love tacos. I love making tacos, and fish tacos are like right up there with my favorite. But for our viewers at home, if you don't have fish or you're not a fan of fish, you can try this taco recipe with any protein. Am I correct?
Of course, yes. You don't always have to fry it. You can always roast if you'd like to. If you want to bake, you've also got that option. We then move our fish into our oil. Basically, what we're trying to do here, we just want it to get nice and golden brown. So, as you can see, the pieces are very small. So that it cooks quickly, but then it doesn't burn. It literally just gets nice and golden brown. So, you're going to let that cook in the meantime.
Is there a time frame, or you just have to watch your pot?
The best is to use your eyes. Because you want it nice and golden brown. I've put the temperature high enough. I put it on 100 degrees right now because it's frying and not going into the oven or anything like that.
Stunning.
So, while that happens over there, we're going to pickle our carrots because that's one of the components of our tacos. When you're having food, it's best to always have those different flavor
and elements.
Salty, sweet, sour, bitter. So what we then do for that element is we're going to pickle our carrots.
Stunning.
This goes into the
So how do we pickle? How do we create that liquid?
So the pickling liquid, in most cases, is literally equal parts of water, the pickling liquid, which in our case would be the white vinegar, as well as sugar. So equal parts of that. So it's 100 mils, 1 tablespoon, just all of that. Mix it together, leave it for like 30 minutes so it actually pickles. The longer you leave it, the better flavor you'll actually get from there.
Yummy.
Right, I'm just going to...
And basically, this is our pickled carrots here underway.
Yes.
So now it's time to just assemble all of our tacos and put it together. This is the fun part, South Africa. You know I love having fun and putting things together and just having fun creatively in the kitchen, making sure that it looks as good as it tastes. So as we're assembling these, I can see our taco shell comes in a very different form.
Yes, so what we've done here is we've literally just grilled these on a griddle pan to get these nice griddle marks. But if you'd like it to be a hard shell taco, you've actually got the option of put it in your oven, on the oven rack, and just hang it upside down.
Oh, so essentially you just hang it like that.
Yes.
And then it will come out looking like this. Oh, tricks of the trade. I love it all.
So I figured let's both just fill up our own taco. You can use the soft shell, I'll use the hard shell. And then just fill it up. We can
plate here.
Yes, you've got the cabbage, the pickled carrots.
We've got some avocado here.
Whatever you'd like to add in there.
All the greens, of course, having fun here in the kitchen. At home, whatever you've got stocked up in your pantry and whatever you like to add into your tacos, however you want to enjoy it, you are free here. But, of course, we are following our resident chef's recipe. And if you want to try this at home, all you have to do is SMS the keyword Clover to 33650. And I promise you, Utumi has made sure that step by step you are taken care of if you want to try these tacos.
Yes, awesome. So now, like I mentioned, those different flavor components. We've got the salty sweet. We've got a bit of the pineapple, which adds a bit of that sweet flavor as well.
Delicious. I have to have a little bit of those pineapples.
Definitely.
This is definitely a fruity, something easy to make in the summer.
Very summery as well.
If you're celebrating anything, or if you have friends over and you're having a dinner party, I definitely would try this at home because it is just so quick and easy, and of course filling.
Right, you're correct. So what we normally do is with tacos that have sour cream and stuff, I've opted to use coconut cream because I feel like it's an underrated ingredient.
Absolutely.
And it tastes really well, so it gives you that whole pina colada feel.
Let's see, because this looks so delicious. It's smelling delicious in the kitchen. We're having such a great time. Dumi, for your first day on the job, you killed it absolutely in the kitchen with this quick, easy, and budget-friendly recipe. Now, if you like this idea of how simple this recipe is, remember to SMS the keyword Clover to 33650 to get the recipe sent to your device. But here's a little reminder of the steps.
Made with love by Clover.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA. Made with love by Clover. So there are certainly times when we can't let our circumstances define us.
Absolutely, and Earl Mentor is the perfect example of exactly that. He joins us now about his incredible journey. Your journey is something that I think a lot of South Africans can identify with and feel and live on a daily basis. Do you mind sharing a little bit of your story with us?
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me. I've been actively involved in the social and personal development industry for the past 18 years, just planning, writing, and initiating youth empowerment programs in order to bring about positive change, particularly within high-risk communities. So that, and just the fact that I'm healing from my past trauma and how I find sensible ways to heal and be more and live more. And do more.
Yeah. We certainly know that the Cape Flats is no picnic. I think the levels of violence and aggression and drug abuse there are certainly not getting any better. Your upbringing there was certainly very, very dramatic, and then kind of took a turn, which then encouraged you to change your life. What happened? Tell us a little bit about your reality from life on the streets to cleaning up your act, so to speak.
I think the transformation happened when I observed the make and break of our people. Yeah. Just simply because of our limited beliefs on not realizing our worth and value. And I decided to expose myself with things that add value to my advancement. And the shift happened there where I looked at my parents, I looked at my family members, and I told myself, how can we unlearn the negative conditioning in our life in order for us to stand in our power again? Yeah, so that's a transformation.
I heard that at one point you had gotten involved with guys on the streets, drugs, dealing in drugs, and at one point, was it that you witnessed one of your best friends getting killed?
Yes, a good friend of mine, a childhood friend of mine that practically got involved in drugs, and just witnessing that was traumatic for me.
Wow, I can imagine.
Yeah, and being part of that and losing a best friend, you know, and we were so close. And I think the shift happened there as well.
Yeah. And now you've decided to take all your experiences and the trials and tribulations and, of course, the triumphs as well, and you've compiled an incredible book. What encouraged you or inspired you to start putting pen to paper?
I've written poetry just to share my narrative from a tender young age, to share my narrative in order to inspire other people. Poetry basically saved my life.
Wow.
Because I've felt the need that it's important for us to share our narrative. And putting pen to paper has been amazing for me, and I've been in the hip-hop industry as well, and getting onto stages just to engage people positively. And poetry and hip-hop literally saved my life.
Well, listen, I'm a huge fan of poetry and a huge fan of hip-hop. In fact, I've often said that Eminem is the Shakespeare of our generation, because you can read a lot of good hip-hop songs, and if you just read them, they read like poems. But you've written this amazing book, of course, Cape Flats Calm, a biography of a coloured seed. What made you write it? And the way that you've structured it and put it together is quite unique. Take us through your amazing book.
Okay, so I've stayed with different guardians growing up, always trying to search for love in my life. I've adapted the form of self-hate growing up simply because I've observed the pain and despair in the lives of my people residing within our high-risk communities. And this book simply highlights the plight of the beautiful people and the resilient people that reside within these communities. And my book basically just hopefully would impact people positively in order for them to realize their power again and find their voice.
What do you think are the root causes at the moment? Like, I know a lot of people that come from the Cape Flats, and they are amazing. I know such incredible families. I know such incredible women. And then I pick up a paper and I hear about kids, little kids, being shot in the firing lines of gangsterism, so much drugs. What is the problem? What is the core problem, do you think?
I would think it's our untold trauma and our untouched pain.
What is that untold trauma? Where does it come from?
It's a trauma that it's a seed of utility, that you've been told all your life that you are worthless, that you've been labeled negatively, and that label's went to go sit somewhere. And we are easily negatively triggered by people, places, and things within our communities. And I think the root causes is our self-hate. We need to find self-love again. So, that's my mission.
It's such a societal issue throughout the whole of South Africa, I think. You know, when you start treating people like they are dogs, don't be upset when they turn and bite your hand. And, you know, we do, as a whole society in South Africa, need to learn patience and understanding and tolerance with each other. So I suppose this is what your book aims to begin. I want to know a little bit about the work that you do with Team Rise.
Okay, so Team Rise, I founded the life coaching company called Team Rise Life Coaching Seminars. I was fortunate enough to partner up with various organizations locally and internationally. And Team Rise is basically just to help people realize their worth and value, first of all, as well as engage people positively and facilitate compassion and empathy in order for us to heal as a people.
And of course, it's obviously doing so well. You know, Bishop Tutu loves it. And you got to meet Obama. Tell me about that experience.
Oh, that was an amazing experience. Obama is quite engaging.
No, he is. I mean, he's Obama, for goodness sake.
Of course. A home embrace.
What did he say to you?
I've been amplifying the work and legacy of Nobel Peace Laureates for the past 6 years. Which pass on the skills, wisdom, and spirit they embody. And how I'm inspired by the life and times of Nobel Peace Laureates as well.
Incredible.
Your story is so inspiring, and I feel like when we continuously hear your journey, I just find a theme of overcoming. Continuously through every story you've overcome. But overcoming practically looks a lot different to when you're sitting at home wanting to find yourself on the other side. So how do you walk through the journey with everyone you work with, and what does overcoming mean to you?
You know, the vast majority of our people residing within our communities have had to navigate their way through difficult and challenging circumstances. We have beautiful and powerful people residing within our communities, and how people have used resilience in order to rise above their circumstances inspires me. And overcoming simply means understanding why hurting people hurt people.
Yeah.
In
hurt
our society.
Hurt people.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then in order to not be a hurt person, you'd have to have an incredible, going back to that word, self-worth that you use with Team Rise to kind of change the narrative that people are going through. So when people think of self-worth, it's easy to think of it theoretically, but daily, practically doing the work, how does that look like? Is it through affirmations, exercise?
Most certainly affirmations, and I'm an avid reader of self-development books. And I felt that self-worth helps us to make sensible decisions and choices in our life. It helps us to reach our full potential as well.
Yeah.
And every day is an opportunity for us to be the best versions of ourselves. And that's what self-worth means to me.
Well, we're very proud of you that you were able to look at yourself in the mirror and choose a better road than that of, you know, drugs and life on the streets. And I really hope that a lot of people, especially people in need, are able to get hold of this book and read it and enjoy your word. Thank you so much for being here today.
Absolutely beautiful indeed. Now join us after the break as we find out about exactly how important your immune system is with Ace Labuschagne. Immune support, remain at your peak all year round with Immuenza.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now, catching the flu or a bug is never fun. With some of us being a lot more prone to getting sick than others, often it just comes down to lifestyle and, of course, the strength of our immune systems. Now, with immune systems playing such a vital role in keeping us healthy, it is really important that we actually know more about exactly how the immune system works and why it is so important. We're chatting now to Ace Labuschagne, Training Officer at Adcock Ingram OTC, on the importance of the immune system. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
This is something that I feel people discuss all the time, and yet they don't actually know exactly what they're talking about. What exactly is the immune system? I'm giving you the easy questions first, don't worry.
I don't think when you talk about health, there's any easy questions.
Yeah, I know.
When you look at the immune system is actually extremely complex.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. It's a system. Okay. So it's not only one part. There's cells involved, there's chemicals involved, there's organs involved. For example, the spleen plays a role, white blood cells plays a role.
Yeah.
So there's many things that make up the immune system. And if you look at strengthening the immune system, it needs to be a holistic approach.
Yeah.
So the immune system is basically there to protect us against infections and diseases. And when we get injured, it's there to help us heal quicker.
So is there such a thing as when people say, oh, I've got a great immune system? Or is it like sometimes you have a great immune system and sometimes it can be a little low? You've just got to work on making it stronger.
You know what, Jeannie? I'm going to use myself as an example.
Yeah.
I have not had a flu in 25 years.
Really?
Yes. So
You've never had man flu?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. I was going to say, that's what, you must be very happily married if you haven't had a man flu.
Let's not go there.
Yeah. Okay,
and over this period, I've had about 3 or 4 colds.
Yes.
But on the other hand, I've suffered from about 12, 13 fever blisters a year.
All right.
So when I have stress, it manifests itself in fever blisters.
Okay.
But I don't get colds and flus.
Okay.
So to answer your question there, everybody's immune systems are different.
Yeah.
Some people are maybe luckier than others, but there's many things that can also affect your immune system.
Like what?
Exposure to HIV, for example, can compromise the immune system, and it can weaken your immune system and make you prone to infections and diseases.
So but get back to the first question. So is the immune system like I'm just trying to simplify it so that I can understand
That's
it.
fine.
Is it like little soldiers? Is it blood cells? Is it other little cells fighting or traveling through your blood cells to try and protect you from disease and viruses?
Okay, let's go back a step. If you look at immunity, we've got basic 3 different types of immunity. There's passive immunity that you borrow from another source, like breast milk from a mother. She passes on antibodies to the baby. It gives you temporary immunity. Then there's something called innate immune system, or which is your non-specific immune system. You are born with it. It's mucous membranes, it's your skin, and it protects you against everything. So anything that touches the skin or you inhale it, the mucous membranes traps it and it gets rid of it. And then there's something called the specific or adaptive immune system, and this is where B cells and T cells play a role, where your antibodies plays a role, and it develops throughout your life. So as you get exposed to, let's say, chickenpox, the body produces these antibodies and they go and fight the chickenpox. And then the immune system also has memory. So for the rest of your life, hopefully, you are protected against chickenpox. So to get back to your answer, to your question there, the spleen plays a very important role in the immune system. But then we also have white blood cells. Now, there's certain types of white blood cells that do different things. One blood cell is, for example, macrophages. So they physically go, they're called the scavengers. They go throughout your body and they rid the body of dead and damaged cells, and they also attack germs that get into the body. So it is very complex.
No, but that's easy. Like for those biology students who are obviously doing this, it's easy to learn your aquaphages because they're like your Avengers, the ones that are going to.
Yeah, they're going to fight.
That's how I studied when I was in high school. So those are your little fighters, your aquaphages.
Macrophages. Macrophages. Yeah, macro meaning big, phages meaning eat. So it's big eaters. They're like me. You know, they eat big.
So what can we do to increase our, or get our immune system stronger?
Okay, the first thing that you can do is be sensible with hygiene. Okay, so we need to wash our hands, and we need to be very sensible with regards to hygiene. The coronavirus is the thing now. Everybody's scared about the coronavirus, but if you've got a healthy immune system, you can get infected, but you will most probably be okay. So if you are immune compromised, you need to be very, very careful. So hygiene is extremely important when it comes to your immune system. Then you can take supplements. There's a lot of guys that believe supplements don't work, and there's a lot of us that do believe it works.
Well, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who says, you know, back in the olden days, when you used to eat all of your veggies fresh from the land, then the soil was just so dense and so full of nutrients that you could just eat your broccolis and stuff and that would be enough. But now, because the quality of our soils apparently aren't good enough, we need nutrients. So enter Immuenza. So what is this? This is a supplement to assist your immune system. These help.
When you talk about supplements, now, for the immune system, a lot of people talk about immune system support or immune system boosters. Now, there's many things out there. There's vitamin C that everybody knows about. There's pelargonium. There's your echinacea. All of these things can support the immune system. And Immuenza also has a active ingredient called beta-glucan.
Okay.
Now, beta-glucan also supports or boosts the immune system. But this is where the difference comes in. Now, if you look at something like oats, beta-glucan is found in oats.
Okay.
Beta-glucan is found in the cell walls of bacteria. Beta-glucan is found in baker's yeast. But does it mean now I need to eat 10 slices of bread to get my beta-glucan in? So you need to extract this and to put it in medicinal form like that.
Okay.
So beta-glucan, the difference between beta-glucan as an active ingredient compared to the others that I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
Beta-glucan is an immune system modulator.
Yeah.
It's not an immune system stimulant.
Okay.
And I'm going to use an analogy here.
Yeah.
I walk into a bar and your boyfriend comes up to me, hey, why did you look at my girlfriend? But I didn't. So why didn't you look at my girlfriend? So immune system stimulants always fight.
Yeah.
So it can overstimulate your immune system and make you more susceptible to other types of things.
Okay.
An immune system modulator, it wakes up your immune system, gets it ready to fight, but it only attacks in the presence of danger.
Okay.
Use another analogy. President Ramaphosa is walking down Khayelitsha and he's got his bodyguards all around him.
Yeah.
They know they're not going to go and attack everybody that's around them.
Yeah.
But if there's a threat, they will respond.
Okay.
And that's the difference. So beta-glucan modulates the activity of the immune system, and it only responds when there's a threat.
Okay.
Immune system stimulants overstimulate your immune system, so it can cause problems. Now, you don't need these things every single day.
Yeah.
People with a healthy immune system don't have to take vitamin C or echinacea every single day.
But I heard the best way to take supplements, especially like this, is to do a course and then not. So then take some, allow your body to build it up yourself, and then go for a while without,
like that.
and then do again. So
You
is
can
that
do
the
it
best
like
way?
that. Yeah, it's a good way. The thing with Immuenza, if your immune system is strong,
Yeah.
I take it every second day because
Okay.
I don't get sick.
All right.
Okay, I get the fever blisters, so when I have stress, I take it every single day to enhance the activity of my immune system.
All right.
So
Amazing.
people with HIV, people with immunodeficiency disorder, where there's something wrong with the immune system, take it every single day, no problem.
Good advice.
So it will never overstimulate,
Yeah.
but will only enhance the action, so when you need it, it will work for you.
You've taught me so much today. I think I'm ready to be a doctor. Thank you very much for being here today.
Only a
We've learned a
pleasure.
lot. Now, of course, with the immune system playing such a vital role, I think that it's really important that we start taking the right steps in maintaining a really healthy and strong immune system. Ready for winter.
Absolutely.
Looking for immune support? Remain at your peak all year round with Immuenza. After the break, we chat about growing your business in 2020 with Shireen Onia.
support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express. Now the 2020 Crush Goodness crew have been on the road for their goodness tour to distribute Smart Step school shoes with 2 children in need. Now, the last but certainly not least, Eastern and Western Cape, you're next on the map before the crew wraps it all up. South Africa, it is with your help and support that this tour, of course, was made possible to help Crush #share the goodness to learners in need with a brand new pair of Smart Step school shoes.
So, as a little reward, remember that you still stand the chance to win your share of 250,000 Rand in cash and one of 5 school fees valued up to 50,000 Rand each. So get your favorite crush today, enter and #share the goodness.
With your support, we are now able to donate 20,000 pairs of Smart Step school shoes to children in need. Celebrate goodness when you buy a crush. Dial the number on the pack for a chance to win your share of cash prizes and school fees. Crush, share the goodness.
So sometimes we set goals and struggle to hold ourselves accountable, whether it be in our personal or professional lives.
So Shireen Onia joins us now to chat about the practical ways that you can grow your business in 2020. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Lovely to have you here. So we've had such a really difficult economic year for this past year. And, you know, you can't help but notice on the news, big companies, SA, all of them are really struggling. So it only stands to reason that really small businesses must be struggling as well. How are businesses able to stay afloat in difficult economic times?
So 100%. According to the stats and according to economists at the moment, 2019 was one of the worst business years since 1985. And that is bad. That's really bad. And the reality is there's a lot of things that are affecting businesses, but the reality is also that there are lots of opportunities.
Okay.
And we need to seek those opportunities whenever they arise and grab them with both arms and both legs.
Is it getting better?
It is getting better.
We want to know, is there a pot of gold after this bloody rainbow?
So it is getting better. And, you know, the suggestions that we have for small businesses particularly, because, you know, we're trying to encourage people to have small businesses. And the suggestions for us is collaboration. That's the trend at the moment for 2020 is collaboration. You know, 25 years ago, you told somebody to go and share their business ideas or share their information about businesses to other people. And they were like, oh, no, you can't do that because they'll steal my ideas. Today, you have to collaborate. You have to talk to everybody about your business. You have to tell them, because things that you are experiencing in your business from a strength or from a weakness point of view, other people are experiencing too. And you could learn from them and they could learn from you. And that's how, as an economy in South Africa, we can build each other up.
And moving forward continuously, as you say, there is that pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. But right now, currently, what other effects can we see take place? And of course, how do we continuously steer it in that positive route?
I think, you know, like I said, collaboration and networking is very important. I think also for small businesses, what you need to do is keep it basic. Get back to basics. You know, stop trying to sell everything to everyone. Look at what your niche is and look at what you really can focus on and what you do good. Because let me tell you, you can't wing it anymore. Okay, your clients or your potential clients or customers, they go onto the internet, they go onto Google, and they Google the hell out of you. Okay, so it's very difficult if you don't go and wing it and they find out, then you're doomed. So just keep it basic, build relationships and build trust with your clients, because that's how you are going to sustain them and that's how you're going to build future relationships.
If you look at trends among small businesses and if you look at what you know brings them up and what breaks them down, are they often similar in all businesses? Like, are there similar factors in what will sink, you know, particular businesses?
You know, I think that's a very interesting question. There are similarities. There are also not similarities. So,
like, what are the main factors of bringing down a business? Is it cash flow? Is it bad management?
Cash flow is always 100% one of the main reasons that businesses do fold, especially in today's day and age where the economy is bad and your clients don't have the cash flow to pay you. So you are sustaining all the expenses going forward, and unfortunately that's the downfall of how your business goes down. also what contributes to that is, you know, one of the things is that with small businesses, a lot of the times when you start a business, you're not necessarily an expert when you start your business.
Yeah.
You may start your business because you have a passion or because you are in need of money.
Yeah.
So when you start your business, you have no idea really how to start a business. So you go out and you sell whatever you can in order to earn money so that you can sustain yourself. And in that process, you don't do things the right way and you lose clients, or you have a bad reputation because you haven't done things the right way, or because you've skimped on something and taken shortcuts. So really back to basics, keeping it simple and trusting, building trust with your potential clients.
Yeah.
So, you know, on Mondays, everyone is on some motivational Mondays, money Mondays, and I was listening to a conversation on the radio on the way to work today, and everyone was adding so much focus and emphasis on keeping your accounts separate. So the business account, keep it as that, the personal account, especially for small businesses. A lot of the time we see kind of an overlap in mismanagement of funds. So how do people navigate that space?
So again, such a difficult space because not everybody has accessibility to the knowledge of how to run a business. So the knowledge that you should have a business account separately for your business and that you should have your bank account separately for yourself, and how you can, you know, interchange between the two in terms of your office space charges and your expenses and so on and so forth. So the knowledge is not necessarily accessible, or people don't know that it's there. But again, go to the internet. There's so much free information out there for businesses, and again, use the people around you, because ask those questions and the answers are there, and people are most likely very willing to give you those answers.
Yeah. I'm a small business owner, and I can say one of the biggest quotes that triggers me is Elon Musk, who said, "I didn't go to Harvard, but well, everyone who worked for me does." So it's also, yeah, but I obviously didn't go to Harvard or anything like that, but it's working with the right people.
Yes.
Give us some tips on how to, like the little things that you can get right in the beginning that'll, you know, at least try and make sure that your business is a success.
So I think integrity is very important. You know, be honest with everything that you do. Do it right the first time, because that just sets you in good stead going forward in the future. And don't go out to canvas for business. You know, don't stand on the side of your street with your legs showing out, because that's not going to get you business anymore. You need to build relationships, and you need to be visible so that people continuously see you. You know, we've just landed a client now 4 years later after starting a relationship. So it took that long. So it doesn't necessarily happen overnight. You have to continuously work at it, and you have to continuously be present. That's important, because the more people see you, the more they relate and they think, okay, Palesa is serious about this. You know, she really wants to do this business. So if those are tips I can give you, those are them. And very importantly for us, the trends nowadays is customer centricity. How centric are you with regards to your customers, which means how well...
so eccentric.
Yes, you are. How well do you know your customers, okay? And how do you connect with your customers through the 6 senses?
Oh, I like that.
So sight, smell,
taste, touch, hearing.
Wow.
And the 6th sense is how do you connect emotionally with them? And you connect emotionally with them if you really know them, if you really know what they're looking for, and if you touch those points in terms of their journey.
Good advice. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
I'm ready to become like the entrepreneur of 2020.
Let's go, girl.
Don't miss out, because Ashley Oneal Stapelfeldt will be giving us another smashing live performance after the break.
Express yourself.
Welcome back to Afternoon Express as we ease you into your Monday evening. Here to perform a rendition of Quando Menvo. Again, this is Ashley Oneal Stapelfeldt. Take it away.
You always know when there's a tremendously big voice, when you can see the singer standing a meter away from the microphone. That was absolutely outstanding. Wow, what a queen.
She bolted that out like a magic machine. I love it all. Looking very much forward to seeing her blossom and groom. But more importantly, tomorrow we are off air due to the cricket, but we will be back on Wednesday at 5 p.m.
We'll see you later, alligator. Until then, good night and God bless. Ciao.
Afternoon Express, made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.